3 and King. It's Queen 3 and King. Queen 3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down. Queen 3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down. It's Queen 3 and King on BS3 Network.
All right. We show you how it started and we show you how it's going. That's the original intro and the 2023 intro. And I'm still sitting in for the King Dawk, making his business known out there in the NHL playoffs. Every time I think he's ready to come back to the air chair, the team advances. So, look, keep it going, dog. Keep it going. But as you can tell, we are down a queen. And I feel personally bad about that. I hope I did not run her off from last week. If I did, get it from God. But anyway, let's start with the introductions. Lily, tell us what's going on, baby.
Hello, you wonderful people. Happy Tuesday. It has already been a week, but we're going to keep on trucking.
It's flooding up here in Houston.
Is it?
Yeah, baby. This water and rain won't let me be great, but it's okay. And while she takes a sip from her cup, the majestic queen, Mika, what's up?
Good evening, everybody. And like Alicia said, it's been a week, child. It's tired, like it's Thursday evening.
I'm telling you.
15.
All right, well, let's turn this energy up. And to make it happen, we got a noob in the house. Also known as the intellect. Come on, brother, introduce yourself.
Oh man, it's the intellect. That's what I'm going to say. Co-host of the Perspective podcast on the BS3 network, and hope just trying to work my way into the to the BS3 network family with Mika and Alicia and Nicole and Ivan.
And again, in her absence, we do want to shout out to Nicole.
Yes,
sis, I love you. I love you from my heart. I mean that. So anyway. We cracked open a can last week that I don't think we could ever close again.
Ever.
The topic was, would you marry a bus driver? Of course, it all stemmed from a queen sister out there who was on a big time program and Miss Fix My Life. Asked her if she would marry a bus driver, and she said, well, if he owns the bus. And then, of course, she went on The Breakfast Club and tried to clean it up and did not do it much justice.
Dirtied it up some more.
So we stepped into the water, and it was deeper than we thought it was. Last week, man, a lot of things came out. Spiritual soulmate, and all kinds of just nuanced things. And Lily dropped some revelation when she said, he's got to have me. I don't care if he got a job. I don't care if he drive a bus. He just got to have me.
Please.
I like that. I like it.
Yeah.
But, Intellect, you was kind of sitting behind the scenes in the comments, and brother, you was coming with some fire. You were coming in last week like Mika came in this week.
No.
So we're going to start with you, man. We're going to let you open it up. No, normally it's Queen.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is what it was. I felt like there was some double talk, kind of coming out of like self-contradictory. You can't say, no, I'm open to dating a bus driver, but he's got to change that career. So
spiritual growth, mental growth.
Who said that?
A lot of people.
This is the thing about communication. What you say and what's received. It's not what you may have intended. It's what was received. So what I received was he could be a bus driver, but he can't remain a bus driver. And then if that's the case, then you wouldn't date a bus driver.
Yeah, but let me go ahead and bless you.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me just bless you a little bit because, yes, I do. I said I would date a bus driver, but yes, I want you to be the best bus driver. If that's what you're going to do, I want you to be the best at whatever you do. And I want us to continuously build. I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm not saying he can't stay, But why can't we climb up the salary range? Why can't we be the management of bus drivers? Why, you know what I'm saying? Why can't we have dreams like that? That's all I was saying.
I mean, we can, but he may not.
But that's why it's one of those things where I think my good sister Salena put out there last week of that shared values. We have to, if we're going to be together, we have to share the same. What do you say? He's stupid.
I can't say it. I'm a pastor.
We have to have the same type of drive or the same type of lifestyle that we want to lead. If I'm dating a bus driver and he's like, I ain't never gonna, I don't care if I don't ever do nothing else, we probably don't have the same shared values.
So but let me intellect. Let me jump in real quick. That's where I kind of felt like I kept hearing something different, and I said there's levels to this. All right, her level, the sister that started all this, was he's got to own the bus from jump. Your level is he can drive the bus, he don't have to own the bus, but he's got to be working his way up the bus ladder. So you have a level that is kind of conditional, just like she did. Yours is just on a different level.
AJ's so nice.
No, go intellect, because I'm about to bust this door down.
Hold on, let me take a sip of my drink. Intellect, before you got on, she was flame throwing, Doc. She was venom, and I ain't talking about bars either. Let's go.
Listen, you can try to slice it up and make it all, make it fit. And everybody has their perspective.
That part.
Yeah, the pun.
Nice plug. Nice plug.
So, but with that being said, now if we're looking at it, the question is, would you date a bus driver? So if you start putting additional stipulations, yes, but then you already just discounted what it is you're talking about previously. That's just the crux of it. You can try to slice it up. Y'all going to use some really fancy words because it's a very educated bunch I'm with. But you can pull the wool out you want to. I'm gonna take the mask off.
No, but I'm just saying I can't want to date the best bus driver out there. That's what I can't want that for myself.
See, then this is the trick I feel like that's in that. You saying
I'm being 100.
No, right. You saying the best bus driver,
right?
So, and I may be pushing the envelope because right now I'm making us stand on the statement of dating a bus driver. But as soon as you started adding, now I want him to get promoted and I want him to become terminal manager. And then I want him to be that. He's not the bus driver anymore. He is a terminal manager. So
can we not have goals?
So we can hold on. Yeah, go right ahead, AJ.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that. You said the right thing in the initial portion of it. You stated that if our values and our beliefs don't align, then we wouldn't make it. So what that's saying is, if it's a bus driver, he does a great job. All the people on his route know him. He's become accustomed to it. He really enjoys what he does, and he's able to facilitate his life at that financial level, and that's where he's happy being. You would not date him.
Go for it.
Hold on. I gotta put it up because this is
go forward.
I can't say none of that. I can't read it.
No, I'm just
look at it.
I'm just here. I'm just here.
No
trouble.
All right. So now, without further ado, I'm doing better this week than I did last week. See, Nikki, you should have been on this week. Mika, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just going to say, number one, Eric said we're gonna use big words. I don't use big words after 5:08 p.m. in the evening. That's number one. Period. Number two, if he remained a bus driver, we never said if he remained a bus driver, we would not still date him. We never wanted him to have goals. So if he's a bus driver today and he's a bus driver 20 years from now, and like you said, he's the best on his route, he's doing his job, why wouldn't he?
Got that 401k, got that retirement plan.
We never said we wouldn't stay. We just said we would like for him to grow.
You're going to be the best one.
Man, y'all are trying to run this 52 fake out on me, and I ain't going for it.
Time out.
No.
Y'all never said that y'all would stay. What you said was y'all wouldn't be with him if he wasn't elevating. if he wasn't growing. Y'all said that. Y'all did say that. Now you might not remember saying it, but you said
that would be a Fortune 500 worker too. If he doesn't but want to pour into me in multiple ways, then he ain't for me either. It ain't even about the pay.
Like Alicia, I'm gonna talk to you because we goals and that kind of. Y'all said that if y'all didn't have shared visions and shared goals, and y'all wasn't, moving up on the east side, y'all wouldn't be with him.
We never said we wouldn't be with him if he did. If he remained a bus driver. But Alicia, I'm gonna talk to you because they about to piss me off. Okay, so we're talking to two gentlemen. We this way.
Two noobs.
Shout out to Christian and Cream. That would never stay at the same level that they were at 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or 1 year ago. 1 year ago. They're constantly growing. So for them to be like, oh, y'all wouldn't say, of course we want you to elevate. Of course we want you to grow. But y'all are doing it.
But my thing is, I think we're getting hung up on the bus driver thing. I'm not even gonna
good night.
Act like I see that. I'm not even gonna pay attention to that, because my thing is this. I think we're getting hung up on the bus driver title. And would you ever be as a woman? Would you ever be with a woman that is not interested in doing better in life? Period.
Okay. So remember when I made the comment that the standards are different, that you all would more than likely not get a phone number through a drive-through window, but men will and continue to do that. And they don't get hung up that she's on the drive-through window. They're seeing whatever she looks like, because some men are visuals. They're hearing how she talks or how she handles.
That's exactly what he's looking at, visual.
Okay, but whatever it is,
he's looking at her booty in the McDonald's pants.
You can't see the booty in the McDonald's window. Ain't no booty.
Oh, because you've been looking, Eric.
No. My point is, an educated, advanced woman like yourselves would more than likely not do that. So you're already setting an expectation from jump that he's got to be something more than a fast food worker, a bus driver, a garbage collector, a plumber, an electrician.
I'm not opposed to none of
that. I'll date a plumber. I'll date an electrician.
I'm not opposed to any of it, and I mean that. I'm gonna stand on that.
AJ, you just made a great point. None of those men would approach either of these women because they're going to exude that they're out of their league.
Is that my fault?
They can't get. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just giving you the facts. That's a real thing.
Really? That sounds like an insecurity within himself.
Yeah, that's not.
Now I'm not gonna let y'all do that. That's not insecurity.
Hold on, let me read this comment before I get fired. I don't like King WKRP in Cincinnati not reading my comments. I have read your comments, so my comments are good.
We'll put them out there. And so what I'm saying is that that is not an insecurity. So let me throw that out there right now. What we're not going to do is man bash, because we think logically and we think differently than women. And for whatever reason, the society of women, really the most eligible ones, the ones that get the attention, have this fantasy in their mind and think they know what a man is thinking and what a man is feeling. What he's looking at is like, okay, I know I don't make the bread. I know I'm not in the position of what they constantly say they want. So he makes a rational and sensible decision to not step into that. Now, we got some fools and some simps out there that just like stepping into that and saying something, and they know they're not going to get them. And
so is that not wrong, them making an assumption of what I would go for?
No, I don't think it's wrong. It's wrong to make an assumption. I'm trying to help you and just let you know. You think, oh, a construction worker will come up to me or a bus driver, but the way you carry yourself, if they hear or know anything else about you, they're going to be like, that's going to be a headache.
What? Oh, I feel attacked. I really do.
I know. Welcome to our world.
Okay,
let me do this. No.
Let me do this. All right, CJ said, all right, so y'all are saying it's a problem to date a bus driver or not. I'm asking Eric and AJ.
So y'all are saying it's a problem today? Okay.
Okay, so here, I'll put it back up there. I mean to rush it. Are y'all saying that it's a problem to date a bus driver or not? I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem at all. But I do think that what we're talking around and what we're not hearing ourselves say, and I'm just putting myself in it so I don't get attacked because Flamethrower down there, she warming up. We're coming in and putting our expectations on a person that has every right to be themselves in their profession, in our home, in our community. That's the whole thing. Black men are out there fighting on every single solitary level. Not saying black women are not, but the last thing that we need not do is come in and fight each other. I know you fighting, so I'm not looking for you to be a resume when you get home. I'm fighting too, so I need not be trying to climb the corporate ladder when I get home. I need to be your baby. Remember you said, I got you. Long as I got you, we good? Well, can you get me too? I can't hit nobody.
I'm gonna put a challenge out there.
I'm just gonna let y'all get it out because everything we say, we won't date a bus driver. So go ahead.
That's not true. Now see,
go ahead.
Don't do that. You know,
it's
podcast 101.
Go ahead.
If y'all on that end, we trying to be on this end.
Mika, go ahead.
Come on, Lily. Come on.
Lily, I have nothing.
You got something.
I'm listening. I'm taking it in for real. I really don't have anything to say. I'm not trying to be funny. I really don't have anything to say to that.
All right, come on.
That's when you know you didn't done it. You know.
Come on,
no,
because go ahead.
Go ahead, AJ.
I think I'm still stuck on the part of that y'all out there fighting, and we ain't up against it either. Like I think that.
I'm gonna respond to you on that one, Alicia.
I said I think I'm just stuck on that part. That's what I heard. Remember how you said is what we received,
right?
Maybe not what you say. Communication is what I received, Eric.
It's like give me a second, baby girl. What I said was we're fighting,
like
and then we don't want to come home and fight with you because we know you're fighting too.
Yeah,
so that's why I don't need you to come home and feel like you got to perform like you do on your job or out in the community or out in the world. When you get home, you baby girl, you honey.
Yeah, it should be my place of peace. I understand what you're saying.
You, I'm smacking you on your tail. We doing all of
right. Come on, AJ, come through.
Baby, we doing all of that. Every room is risky. So what I'm saying is,
right after you get off that bus route, I'm with it.
But see, my point is, when we say he's got to be doing something else, now we're putting our expectations on him. So that when he gets home, he's got to be growing. He's got to be promoting. He's got to be climbing when really what he needs to be doing is be yours. And you got him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Okay. All right.
More than anything, I think that's the part that I guess I'm just stuck on, and what I see is I just want us to be.
I'm gonna pray for him. I'm praying for you. I plead the blood of Yeshua on you. I'm praying for you, dude.
I just want us to have each other, but also know that there's goals that we want to have as a family, and if we're able to reach those goals while you're still a bus driver and want to remain a bus driver, then so be it.
So be it.
But I'm just saying, I always am gonna want more. I'm not trying to project that on him by any means. I'm not telling him to go change your whole lifestyle, go change your occupation to keep building with me. If that's what you want to do, you're gonna be the best damn bus driver there is.
Okay. All right. Can we take a quick break?
Absolutely.
We'll be right back right after this on Queen3 King podcast.
Hey.
I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they'll automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you earned doubled. All the cash back from eating at your favorite soup dumpling restaurant doubled. All the cash back from that trip where you sort of learned to snowboard also doubled. And the best part, you don't have to do anything ridiculous to get it. Nope, Discover does it automatically. Seriously though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
All right, we are back. Queen3 and King podcast. I'm A.J. Jones. I'm sitting in for the King. We got Queen Lily, we got Queen Mika, and we got the intellect sitting in for Queen Nikki. So bless y'all. All right. I wanted to, kind of have a little ring the bell, go to our respective corners, get taped up, get Vaseline down, and come back in. So, all right. Mika, you were trying to say something, and then intellect, you were next. And then I've got a couple of questions to kind of help direct us in tonight's discussions.
Skip me, I forgot it.
I haven't.
Okay, go ahead.
As soon as Alicia was saying her statement, did anybody else other than me see Mika say she agreed, but was shaking her head no all at the same time? I think there was some conflict.
What?
No, I did not.
What?
What do you stay in your house and I'll stay in mine?
This is a key element of communication. Communication is about 80-85% nonverbal. So you were agreeing with your sister verbally when she was saying, no, long as we together and we good and he just gonna be the best, you was like, absolutely. So I'm like, wow, that was very telling for me. But maybe you can clarify that.
You ain't never seen somebody be like, and you right.
You right.
And you right.
Yeah. Like if you're talking and I'm like this, you're right. But I don't believe I did that.
I'm not
go back,
this
give me a time stamp and I'll go back and look at that.
Eric, hold on, time out. Eric, don't come on here showing out.
No, I'm not. I promise. I know the ramifications, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh my God. For sure we'll be in each other's at some point.
No, we're just playing. This is good.
Eric, I am just playing.
This is good.
I carry a little bit of deference. I'm keep my head on the swivel around. That's all that is.
Let me throw out a couple of questions on this topic. All right.
Yeah.
So Lily said earlier that I think we're focusing too much on the bus driver part, but let's dig into that a little bit more. Yeah. When somebody has a job like that, bus driver, construction worker, garbage collector, whatever, and it's not a white collar, high level, we call it C-level job.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that your expectations for growth are higher for the bus driver, blue collar worker than would be for the white collar C-level worker?
I think in general it's going to be yes, because I'm not talking for me. I'm saying as a society in general, yes, because we're looking at the level C. He might be like, oh, okay, I'm good right here where we at. But yeah, he do all right. The bus driver do all right, but I want to see him do more. We always gonna put the expectation on the lower grade as a society.
Let's go with non-exempt and exempt.
See, you trying me here. Go ahead and put my that comment up that my brother had. I am a corporate gangster.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta go back and find it.
Don't do that.
I gotta find it. There it is.
Don't do that.
There it is. Your request is my command.
I'm just saying.
All right. So
and he's trying to be real funny.
Mika, your answer to that.
I think my expectations don't change.
Okay.
If you are in corporate America, or if you whatever you are, if you're white collar or blue collar, I expect for you to want to grow. But if you're comfortable in where you are, I have to be comfortable with that, or I'm not going to be with you. So if you're comfortable and we've agreed on that, and we still share the same, values, hey, cool. So my expectation doesn't change. You're gonna, like Alicia said, you're gonna be the best bus driver, or you're gonna be the best CEO, whatever.
But as a society, do y'all think, and I'm just talking like in general, do you think that we put that expectation on people? Like, yes. Real talk. I think we do.
Yeah. Intellect, what do you think?
No, us as a society, and honestly, even more so as a community, it is always about getting the bag. If we try to skirt around that and not say that we're not making no decisions based off of where your financial position is, then we would just be lying to ourselves and doing ourselves a disservice. That is the real big crux with why wouldn't you date a bus driver? So basically, you're really just saying, I'm not dating an hourly waged, non-exempt individual. And that is really the majority of the thought of many of the women in our community.
Yeah, I mean,
it gets to a. Go ahead, Mika. I want you to finish, and then I'll finish that thought. I got it.
So, Eric, if you know me and who I am, you're saying that I would not date anybody that is not white collar.
That's not white collar?
I mean, that's not white collar.
No,
you're saying I wouldn't date a blue collar guy.
Saying that you wouldn't date a
would not.
See, now that's a trick question.
No,
why?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's plenty of blue collar, by definition, that don't work in a corporate environment, that are doing 10 times better than individuals who are white collar and working in a corporate environment. So I wouldn't say you wouldn't do that, but I know you. If all he's going to be is a bus driver for the next 20 years, the answer is no.
So, okay. See, I can't. So, like, even when you said the comment of like a plumber, we wouldn't date a plumber. We wouldn't date
electrician.
What else? Construction worker.
I'm not talking about the owners of those companies. I'm talking about.
I'm talking about I'm clocking in.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're saying that based on who you think we are, we would not date them.
And I've dated them.
Well, now, see, y'all be trying to lure us down that. I'm not going to let us go down there, AJ.
I'm just asking.
And I'm saying
let's throw this in there. The problem for me, Eric, is that a lot of the women that wouldn't date a non-exempt worker don't even know the difference between exempt and non-exempt.
Say that.
Let me get this one on. Our Uncle Daryl is a plumber and makes big bank.
Okay. A coin.
Yeah. So I want to go back. I want to go back to something that the intellect said, and Lily, you kind of touched on it. I feel like it is our society and how some of us have been conditioned that if you're blue collar, you need to be working towards something better. If you're white collar, you need to be working your way up the ladder. And it's almost like it becomes an innate, just internal, not even even conscious all the time, competition between people who should not be competing against each other or expecting you to compete in a certain way, but y'all should be just doing this. Baby, if we under a bridge in a box and we're together and we're happy, I'm good. But it's almost like something in our society, and I'm not blaming parents. They should have taught us to want more for ourselves. I'm not blaming the man or the system trying to hold us down, but it's almost like a competition has innately crept into some place where there should be no competition. There should be nothing but, love and compassion and just, baby, this is a safe space. You ain't got to do nothing but be yourself in here. And that's when you can live in a bus driver's body next to a billionaire woman. That's when you can live in a billionaire body next to a hair, doing woman. When you can get that innate need to excel and compete and be better out of every area of your life, then baby, you have found a place of peace that nobody else can touch. That's in my opinion.
Facts.
That's true.
There's no argument with that. Now I think we can't look past, like, I think we use that as a description of the level of love we would like to see within our relationships. like we'll be on a bridge and we're gonna be okay. But that's weird because I've seen some couples up on the bridge and they were happy. I've seen some. I'm thinking of a politically correct way to say this.
Go on.
I've seen
the envelope.
I've seen a couple that's on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them facilitate a much more healthier relationship than two white collar, established and educated.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I think now the problem is that's really what everybody wants, but you're gonna have to give up something to get it.
That's fact.
And they're not willing to give it up.
That's fact.
Now I'm gonna say this: women hold the mantle on that aspect. And it won't change until no, I'm not going to do that to them.
No,
I think women have a very strong influence on that. It's going to be men's responsibility by the way they respond to that, because many, like women, y'all really have the influence. Y'all are the neck that turns the head. The man is going to be the head, but y'all are definitely the neck that turns the head. A good woman, the proper woman. And I say,
I want to expand on when she said not everyone is willing to do the work. What work are you talking about? Are you talking about the work to get to that point where it's not all about your resume? It's not all about
elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, dig into that a little bit more for us, Kim DeGret. Okay, go ahead and finish.
Are they talking about the work towards like the relationship work or the work?
That's why I want her to.
Okay, gotcha. No, so I'm just saying it. And it's got to be collaborative. Like men have to step up into their positions. But it's and to wrap it up, basically both sides have to get off of the superficial expectations. They think they know and they don't. And you know nobody's the prize. If both ain't the prize, ain't nobody the prize. The only relationship I'm being is a Vidal Sassoon relationship. If you don't look good, I don't look good. And if I don't look good, you don't look good. If it ain't that, then it ain't nothing. I just do my own.
Lily, it sounds like he's saying that you almost have to call an occupational truce in your relationship. Yeah, being with you right now ain't about what you do. It's about us being together.
Yeah.
Is that doable? Is that doable?
Yeah, and I think that, and I was there sitting on this because I hate to even take it there, but just being in corporate America, I've had conversations with many Black women.
Yeah.
And they always feel like I gotta go super hard, right? I gotta go super hard because it's gonna take me 10 times longer to get there than it would somebody else, right?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of women carry that into the relationship aspect of knowing like we gotta go super hard because we gotta catch up with the Joneses. And that's just being real, but not everybody is carrying that mindset, you know? But I think as a society, that's the mindset we have.
You bring up a good point because my first wife, bank vice president, and I remember this like yesterday, and she gone, but I literally held her and said, "You don't have to be that in here. I'm not looking for you to be a bank vice president. Hell, I'm the one that manages the money. You don't even have to do that in here. You just got to be you." And man, when I tell you the way she cried,
I'm telling you, it's a heavy load. It's a heavy load.
Like a little girl. I mean, a grown woman crying in a little girl's voice because she always had to be that. And it's almost like when she accomplished it, then she had to defend it. And once she had to defend it, then she had to prove that she was worthy of it. And she didn't know how to turn that off when she came home. So watch this transition. So it would have been hard for her to turn that off with a bus driver.
Yeah.
I think you just hit the nail on the nail on the head. I think that's where this comes from because the lady who originally started this, she is a attorney, lawyer. She is this, she is that, and it's hard for her to turn that off. And as I look at me, sometimes I go so hard, and then I come home and I'm faded. Like I am exhausted. I don't want to be the boss at home. I promise you that. But a lot of women, we don't know how to turn that off. And that's one of the prayers that, you have to pray. And that's one of the things you have to focus on. Baby, you're not the boss here. You got a whole husband for that. So you can back him up, of course, but you're not the boss here. So I get that, and I think that's where this all came from.
I think you're right.
She's the boss in everything that she does. She's the boss, and so she doesn't like if a man is not over her status wise. I'm a boss.
She's not gonna bat an eye at him.
Yeah, let me jump into this because Kim Negrete came back with what she was talking about was stripping yourself of pride, willing to be your authentic self. So when you come in, you're not trying to be that person who is the C-level executive. What do we got here? Facts. I don't want to be the boss at home. I just want a soft place.
That's it.
You got it. You got it.
Intellect. I done got in trouble, Doc, because the big boss said, I'm hungry. And I'm like, okay, what do you want? I don't want to make the decision on what I want to eat. And I'm like, well, damn, I don't even want to eat now. I ain't even hungry no more. So again, it's almost like that boss babe, boss woman, boss diva, because y'all change titles every other week.
Do we?
Let me stop. I told you I'm trying to fill big shoes. King Dawk, he was
keep on. Keep on, AJ.
I know I made it when Mika said, I'll punch you dead in your back. So really, all joking aside, what you said about her being the big time lawyer and everything like that, unless somebody's over her. Next question. It's one thing to date a bus driver, but you big time, you up here, you rolling. You gonna let him be the man of the house? You gonna let him handle the finances? You gonna let him make the decisions that society says men should make? Come on, Mika.
First of all, I'm looking at Eric's face, and I want to jump through and be
like, I definitely want to hear it.
Yeah, I want to do this. But I get that's where I think it was Kimberlyn or somebody else said that. You gotta take your pride off, and a lot of times it's hard for women to put that pride down. Like, is he supposed to run the household? No, if he's a janitor or a bus driver or electric, yes, absolutely, and you can be the CEO. But that is that man's home. That's him. Then it's you.
Ooh. Lily, can't argue with that.
Lily.
That I can't do anything but agree with Mika, but I think another point we have to add to that is if the woman is not doing that, are you creating a safe space for her to do that?
Well, so,
I'm ready for Eric.
I'm just saying, like that's part of it.
So to Mika's point, like that. Because we say it's it's hard for them, man.
Who is the Facebook user? I'm sorry, Eric.
Theodora.
It's Theodora. Okay.
Who is it?
Sorry, Theodora.
No, you're good. Either you are going to do that or you're not going to do that, and that is not happening in today's in our between men and women. That's just not happening. If you're not matching her status, her popularity, and most importantly, if you ain't matching her bread, you're gonna have a problem.
Eric just opened the door to where
I for the men that experienced that.
Yeah,
let me go ahead and kick this door out.
Nah, and I said, yeah, and it's unfortunate.
So
I thought you said something smart.
No,
you
not all the time, not all the time.
Look,
y'all get Alicia.
Okay, it started out you, now done moved up.
That's
right, so here's the thing. You have let him be the man in the house, even though he's the bus driver and you're the big time executive. I'm using air quotes. Yeah, but now here comes some heated fellowship. When you don't agree. And sometimes the first thing that comes out of the mouth when you're trying to win the argument and not fight fair is, well, Negro, you can get out of my house.
Would never.
You ain't paying for nothing around here anyway. So you can just get your stuff and get out of my, and it truly may be her name on the house, but he's the head of the house, right?
I wrote the song. I know the song. I wrote the song.
I wrote the song. How that's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, that says a lot.
AJ just
AJ, guess what I'm about to do to your bike.
Yeah, AJ on it.
Go ahead. Let me get my bike out there. Okay, go ahead, Lee. Go ahead, Mika. What would you gonna say?
To your point, that woman is not operating as a wife. She's operating as a boss. Her pride is in the way. She's been waiting to say that. And that's a weapon. That's a weapon that I'm gonna let him stay here. We're not going nowhere. I'm gonna keep my name on the house, but when we get into it, I'm gonna say this is my house. So she's looking for stuff to argue about so that she can use. That's one of her weapons. So she's ready to fight. Why would that be any? And nobody wins an argument.
Oh my God.
Nobody wins an argument. And if you said that to me, I'm gonna let you have your house.
Period.
All right, I'm
coming back from that, Mika, for you.
It's coming back, but then in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, does he really think this is his house? Every
time we get into a fight,
is he gonna put me out? It leaves you uncomfortable.
No, angry, and drunk people gonna tell you the truth.
Baby, yeah.
That's so true. So true.
I agree with that.
You said it, you meant it, and I'm not a fool. I've learned over time. I'm gonna believe it.
Yeah.
You said it.
Let me put a couple of these up. Kim Negrete said, "A knife, not a wife."
That's good.
Yeah. This user said, "My mother always told me, you know, the job was dangerous before you took it. So if you can't deal with his occupation, leave him alone."
Yep. Period.
That's a pretty good statement right there. And Derek Smith said, "Are people looking for someone to love or someone they can control?" That's a good point. Really
that's a podcast.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to what I was trying to say about, and again, Lily, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about Dr. Smith. I'm not talking about Mika. Definitely not talking about Nicole. But sometimes our expectations for someone to grow or to be different is control. Whether we want to admit it or not, it's to be different. It's control. Because if they don't go fast enough, we get despondent, we get frustrated. Now they don't squeeze the toothpaste the right way. They don't roll the toilet paper up the right way. They leave the toilet seat. Those are the things people come into my office saying they want to get divorced over, but it's really, I can't control them like I used to. I'm trying to make him be a better man. I'm trying to teach him how to do this. And baby girl, that's just not your job. He was always supposed to be who God created him to be. You said you want to rock with that. Tell me why you don't want to rock with that no more.
One of the things that when this conversation happened with Ebony, the person who started all of this.
I was trying not to say her name, but go ahead. Put it out.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, King Dawk.
It ain't allegedly. It's real. She said
allegedly.
No, she said it.
The person who started all this out. One thing that I felt about her was she wanted to be in control. She wanted to run things, and it's a pattern, and that's maybe why she doesn't have someone, because she hasn't found that person that she can control. Because once she gets into that relationship and they make more than her, they do better than her, she may want to move around.
So are we saying that they wouldn't date a bus driver because if he rose up even better than her, then she would leave the bus driver too if he ended up owning the bus station?
She may
because she doesn't have control.
Are you looking for somebody to control or to
that's
be
that's a whole different disease to me.
Yeah. but to me,
that's real.
One thing I had to focus on after she had this conversation was, when I get in a relationship, will I be okay with where he is right now for the next 50 years? Would I be okay with it?
Yes. And if it doesn't change, would it be okay?
If it doesn't change, am I going to still be okay?
Yeah. But I think that goes back to that this whole thing of women are chasing the wedding but not the marriage. When you take the vows and you're saying you're going to take this person, I'm taking this person today. And if it gets worse, and if it gets better, for better or worse. That's part of your vows.
See, marriage today is not looked at or
exactly.
That's not even they want, like you said, they want the wedding. They literally say those vows with absolutely no dedication to that. With none.
Period.
It's like it's almost scary.
Yeah.
You can't even like I'm not, if it ain't about, they're more concerned about what they look like to outside individuals than what they're, just as long as the marriage looks good. You have some that'll stay in it because it looks good to the outside world and not be real on the inside.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's, I don't know. I haven't come across a lot of men who think that or kind of strive for that, but I definitely have come across that in conversations and in circles where discussions are had with women. That seems to be a common theme.
Yeah. But I think it's so much peace. Like, it is so much peace in not caring what anybody thinks about what you or your significant other does. Like, when you have that peace and not caring what that outside noise don't matter to you, that's when y'all are you grow on a different level. You elevate on a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me throw this up real quick. Derek Smith, in the dating process, there should be discussion around career plans and the demands surrounding those plans.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
So you're not surprised and your expectations are different.
I just wonder if you would even get to that when you find out, career plans. Well, I'm a bus driver and I'm probably going to be a bus driver for a while. My daddy was a bus driver. My granddaddy was a bus driver. So, I love driving buses. I was made for this.
Yeah. But you also have to be careful. Career plans change every day. So what we sit down and talk about on this is what I'm going to do, that doesn't always happen. And you have to be okay with that too and be able to navigate that.
Yeah. Real talk. I used to tell young ladies that I picked up cans. I said, I pick up aluminum cans. I said, don't laugh. No, I got a territory and everything. Yeah. And I don't let people mess with my territory. And I'm trying to recruit people to pick up cans. So I got a plan. I'm going to be, the pickup can man of the world. And, when I blow up and you ain't on this boat, just know.
Right.
And it made her laugh, but it kind of took the ice off of the whole profession thing. Because I don't like people, first off, knowing my profession, because they're going to start treating me different. And if you start treating me different based on what I do, you're probably not the person for me to get to know.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you, Eric?
Absolutely, because what I do ain't who I am.
Right.
This wasn't
period.
It wasn't within a like a relationship or interaction with a woman, but I had a white collar job because I don't want to tell my business on here. I had
don't tell your business.
But also on the weekends, I had this very small I say security business. So I just watched the door at a small hole in the wall bar called Turkey Creek Bar and Grill. And
business out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I put it out there. And but I only did this on the weekends. But one of the patrons came in, drunk cat, took the money and threw it in my face, for real, here, take this.
Oh.
And it was just weird because it really gave me people will treat you where you are.
Yes. Yeah. That is so true. That is so true.
So it's so bad because this happens in relationships. And I really had to fight to explain to people, man, this ain't what I do. Because the way I handle myself, I didn't care who you was. I don't care if you was the owner gave me a certain set of directives. And then for me as security, this can't happen, this can't happen. I set those parameters. Yeah. I'll be like, well, I'm the owner's friend. I said, man, I don't care who you is. His daddy followed those parameters, and you will too. And he really thought he was going to get me fired because he went and told him. So in front of him, I looked at him, and he was telling me, man, he did this and he did that. I said, I don't know why you're looking at it. And so I went, I kind of swole up. I hulked out just a little. And he looked at me, he looked at him. I said, don't look at him. He can't do nothing to stop me. So what you want to do? Dude was like, and I said, he can fire me. I don't need this job. I said, what do you mean? What do you want to do now? Everybody calmed down and, got in rightful places. But it's weird. And this happened every weekend. It was the greatest training I ever had because it was Turkey Creek Bar and Grill. So you know what type of, what kind of clientele came in there. But nevertheless, But to the point that, you know, people will really treat you like you're like, right now the only reason we're talking about this because it's a bus driver, and that in our society is deemed as not a admirable or high paying position. When those individuals have 401ks, they have careers, they have money put up, they can establish and take care of themselves and their families and better than just normal. And it's really an important aspect of the job of our community, so to speak.
Right.
Do that, and we don't give credit to that.
That's so true.
Yeah, I think that goes back to what Lily said last week. You got to have me.
Period.
I mean, at the end of the day, you got to have that person, and that person has got to have you regardless of the occupation, because y'all both said it very well. When you're drunk, when you're angry, you're going to say the truth.
Yeah.
So if you start saying, well, get out my house when you're angry and when you're drunk, that's what you've been thinking for a long time.
Or even if you what's in you is going to come out. Right. So even when you start disregarding their opinion or their thought, they can't really input on things or ask to see things. You know, if you even are the breadwinner and you may be managing things, I don't care what they do. If that's your wife or that's your husband, they should be included in that process.
Absolutely.
They should really be a team. They should know.
Absolutely.
Hey, if something happens to me, this is where all the paperwork is. The documents are. This is who you need to call. This is what needs to happen. And that's a team thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, let me throw out one last question before we bring it down the home stretch. Would there be any place, because we all agree we would date the bus driver, would there be any place or time or situation that you would be embarrassed to be with that person because they are just a bus driver?
Whoa.
Mika.
Come on, tell the truth, Mika. Tell the truth for me. Come on. I'm a fan of yours and I want to remain a fan. Please tell the truth.
Thanks for being a fan. I sign autographs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:15 p.m.
What a dummy.
Leave that alone. Leave that alone, Dre. Hush, Dre.
No, I'm serious. I am. Why? If I'm not embarrassed to have him in my bed, in my home,
say that.
I'm being. If I can have him in my bed and in our home,
say that,
and have children with him, I shouldn't be embarrassed about having him at a work function, at the army, or at the park.
Hold on, I heard tongues. I the Holy Ghost almost hit.
Hey, Baba.
Hey, Baba, shut up.
Hey, Baba.
Sorry. No, I will run. Stop.
Run.
All right. You said
that's a lap right there.
You
she
said
just
it with your
something
chest.
that deserves a lap.
I felt you over here in this juggler over here. So, Lily, what about you?
I'm not going nowhere without my people. That's my people. If we rocking at every function there is. And we gonna be the talk when we come in. Absolutely.
All right. Intellect.
Well, I think from a man's standpoint, we don't have that same type of pressure. So if we brought someone,
y'all just want to walk in with a baddie, huh?
There you have it. It has nothing to do. No, listen, it has nothing to do. No, hold on.
See how superficial?
No. I'm not gonna let y'all. You're not going. Hey, I'm not gonna let y'all bully me. Okay. A man does want to be with someone who's attractive. Now, I've been that. Yeah, I might not need to say that.
No, go ahead.
Other individuals might not have found my significant other attractive, but I did.
That's what's up.
Because of who they were and what they were for me and my family.
Yeah,
like they were something that couldn't be questioned or anything.
Yeah.
If she wasn't accepted, then I wasn't accepted.
Period.
Because I wouldn't be there without them in a sense.
Ooh, say that.
So to speak. So, we see birds fly, but there's some wind that you don't see that's making that possible. A lot of times, regardless of what occupation you may have or what social status you may have, the status you have in my home is why I'm elevated to where I am. And so if you don't give homage to that, you can't give homage to nothing.
I like it. I like it. So can I admit to having been, let me get my words right, the shallow one in the group? I used to build a woman. I had a certain person that I would only take to corporate functions. I had a certain person that I would only take to movies because she wasn't going to talk all through the movies. I had a certain person that I would travel with because she knew you go to sleep while I drive, and then while I'm driving, you sleep, vice versa. I built a woman. I broke up with a woman because she put a knife in a ketchup bottle. Like, this your last. As soon as you pull that knife out, this over.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You ain't gonna go past
that. You just can't.
Like, you just didn't say that.
But she was trying to get the last of the ketchup out. You couldn't handle that getting that knife.
She was trying to get the first of the ketchup out. It was a new bottle. We were in a white tablecloth restaurant.
Oh, we was at a restaurant?
And she took that knife and put it in there. And I said, I messed up. That's the barbecue girl. I brought the barbecue girl to the steak event. And that was the last one.
I'm okay with that. with that.
See, and how do you do that? That's too much work. If I have to have a different person per function, I can't.
But see, I was at a stage where I wasn't serious.
Yeah,
I was just living my best life and going with the flow. And at that time,
your whole phase.
She could have been a bus driver, but that did not necessarily mean I was going to take her to all of the functions. I had other people that were my function people. I had other people that were.
No, I think that's applicable because you weren't in a committed relationship. I think in this circumstance, it would be someone that you're with, like Mika said, someone that's in you. Well, they might have been in your bed, but I'm just saying someone.
All of them was in the bed, though.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Someone who's that you had that you've shared, that you've had some commitments, some vows with, you traded vows, and maybe not that, just even between you two. Hey, we're in a committed relationship with each other. I'm you, me. We vida sassoon. Okay, yeah. If in that sense, what they are, are you willing to take that with you? I'm saying yes, because one. I'm not going to choose someone aesthetically conditioned to which it wouldn't be conducive for them to attend any function with me. One.
Oh, here you go with the big word.
I was going to say, now you said they was big word users, and I need to get my thesaurus.
I was intimidated. I just want to try to run with the pack. You understand?
Yeah.
He's not taking anybody ugly nowhere.
That's exactly.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't taking verb splitters to the corporate functions. I wasn't taking, it was shallow. I admit it. And what's crazy was when I was ready to settle down and get serious, I found out I was somebody's part of a man. They only were with me for the functions that, and it hurt. And
that hurt your feelings, huh?
After I felt it, I stopped doing it because
you taste your own medicine.
Baby. So
listen, that's another one. When we give y'all a taste of y'all medicine, can't take it.
It's all the same.
That's a
medicine.
good one. That's a good
one. Take it.
You take your own medicine.
Don't try to give it to the men. She said, "Oh, you're talking about any individual, huh, Lee? Whether it's a man or a woman."
Yes.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go final remarks. We're down to the last minute or so. Intellect, you go first, brother. Final remarks.
My final remarks would be that I think everyone should really take an intrinsic look in themselves. Be honest with yourself. If you're looking for a relationship, it can't be about outside influence. It can't be about superficial things. Like, you really will get the bag, and everything else will come along with that if you connect with the right person under the right conditions from a very sincere place. So, bus driver, plumber, carpenter or not, make sure that that's intact, and then everything else will pay for itself.
Love it. Mika.
I actually agree with you, Eric.
I love that.
I do too.
Shout out to Eric, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
AJ, another phenomenal job. We appreciate you.
Thank you
so much. Make sure Ted gives you a love offering. And to the viewers, thank y'all so much for the comments. I'm looking at them and I'm talking to y'all and I'm cracking up.
Yeah.
But about the topic, mine is simple. Be open. And because as long as you keep God first and y'all are aligned and equally yoked, everything's gonna come. Whether you are both bus drivers or we got a CEO in the crew and a custodian over here, it's all gonna come as long as you are in his will. I mean, that's easy.
I love it. I love it. Lily.
Yes, Lord. I want to thank you guys for coming on. AJ, you know you my people. You probably gonna have to just come on part-time because Dawk threw us to the side like we the stepchildren.
Don't believe it. Don't believe
it. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's actually doing some big things. I don't know if y'all saw my brother, but his voice was featured on ESPN last night. Like, shout out. That's huge. That's huge. But
and he cooked for us all on Sunday.
He did for Mother's Day.
From the meats to the dessert.
I'm just
yeah. He's amazing.
So don't get mad when I just show up. That's all.
Just come on. You know, and we just gonna hand you a plate. That's how we do.
Ribs, chicken, sausage.
That's how we do. And I was in
just get the menu from me.
Yeah, I was at a soccer tournament all weekend, and he was like, "I'm sending y'all a home food. You'll have food when you get home." Like, it was just amazing. So, he is the MVP. But thank you, Eric, for joining us. I love to give you a hard time. I love having people on here that we can give a hard time, and we just reciprocate that. This is how we are. We treat you like family as soon as you get here, and that's how we do. But on the topic. Can I just run it back what I said last week? Sure. As long as you have me, I'm good. Everything else, like Eric said, is going to fall into place.
Yeah. Just
have me and we're good.
All right. I'm going to thank you all for allowing me to hang out with you.
Absolutely.
Again, man. It is really good hanging out with you for the first time, man. And thank you for dropping in on the lunch break from time to time. My comments about the show put me in the remembrance of TD Jakes and Sarita Jakes.
Oh, yes.
They were on welfare.
Yes.
Together.
Yes.
He said when they got their first church, they found a quarter. He hollered. That's our first time. The part that a lot of folks missed was they hollered. He and Sarita hollered. To the point where they are now. And he says, I give her everything because she asked for nothing. And she was with me when I had nothing.
That's good.
Praise him. So praise them.
Bus driver, no driver, some driver. If you got that with somebody, you got something. Don't let it go.
Got something.
All right, y'all. Until next week, Queen 3 and King is out. We'll be back next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe.
Want beef, then we cooking, bro. Bring the hook in. Queen 3 and King, we the team. It's going down. We the talk of the town. It's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns. It's going down. Tune in now. It's going down. It's going down. We just hit you with another one. It's going down. We just hit you with another one. It's going down. We just hit you with another one. Tune in now. We just hit you with another one. It's Queen 3 and King. 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 On BS3 Network.